WagonerMaster's coming. WagonerMaster's coming. Won't be very long. WagonerMaster's coming. WagonerMaster's coming. WagonerMaster's coming to sing a country song.
was just a little boy, I met this man named Albert Urban. My dad used to cut his hair. He would come to our house, and Dad had barber stuff there, and he'd cut some people's hair. This was a real strange man. He had a look about him that was just real different than anyone I had ever met. So I went up to his house one day. He didn't live too far from us, up in the real wooded area there, and he had this old house made out of logs. He'd made it himself, and he'd used cardboard boxes to stop the cracks up to, to keep the wind out and so forth. And everything in the house, he had made, all of his furniture and stuff, he had carved himself and put it together. And the house didn't have no floors in it. It was just the earth there. And you could tell where he'd cleared it off and smoothed it out and walked around in there so much that it looked clean, the floors did. He had made everything in there, and on a stand he had this wood carving that he carved this picture out of wood. And it was just a beautiful lady. It was a beautiful woman that he had carved out, and beneath the carving he'd carved the name Kathleen. Well, that just was so mysterious to me, and I asked him who she was, and he said, well, she's not real. She's just someone I've dreamed of all these years. And that really struck me. And 25 years later, I wrote the song, Albert Urban. On past the Riley fruit farm in the country, and across the Gundy Hills to Cheap and Holland, an old man lived alone like a prisoner's servant. I'd never met a man like Albert Urban. Albert never held a woman or a child. You could see that loneliness This old flesh and blood of mine, it's willed on borrowed time. It's just a place to hang my hat till I go home. Mister, I don't know your name, but I thank you for your change. God bless you, son. You must have Jesus in your life. A little help along the way never hurts too much these days. Even though I know in his hands I'll be alright. 'Cause I'm just passing through, wearing holy clothes and shoes. But it matters not just what a man has on. This old flesh and blood of mine, it's willed on borrowed time. It's just a place to hang my hat till I go home. Oh, it's just a place to hang my hat till I go home. Linseed, cotton, and a 40-cent meat. How in the world can a poor man eat? Bills up high, cotton down low. How in the world can I raise the dough? Take me back, take me back, take me back to my old Carolina home. Linseed, cotton, and a heavy land tax. Uncle Sam got my money and he can't get it back. It's got the farmer we all know well. If it don't turn around, she's gone to hell. Take me back, take me back, take me back to my old Carolina home. No fish in the pond, no worms in the ground. Mockingbird singing and he ain't made a sound. So I jumped in the river and I thought I'd drown. Seen a red-headed woman and I couldn't go down. Take me back, take me back, take me back to my old Carolina home. Take me back, Lord, take me back to my old Carolina home. reason to ride on a hurried southern trip. A man stepped aboard in Memphis, said, "Do you remember me? I rode here with you to look for work in 1953. And I've been in prison all these years 'cause I made one bad slip, and it took him home to Rogersville on a hurried southern trip. These big wheels roll in the heat and the cold and the thunder and the lightning whips, and the folks that ride got a reason to ride on a hurried southern trip." A soldier boy said, "Hello, Joe, it's been a long, long time. Do you still make a special stop at the Shannon County line?" And it wasn't long till we were there to meet the folks he'd missed. Tears of joy filled every eye on that hurried southern trip. These big wheels rolled in the heat and the cold and the thunder and the lightning whips, and the folks that ride got a reason to ride on a hurried southern trip, on a hurried southern trip, on a hurried southern trip. You know, I've been a guest in a lot of great places in my lifetime. New York City, Carnegie Hall, Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, West Plains, Missouri, hometown. And I was committed to Park View. Hope I never have to go there again. There's a man across the hall who sits staring at the floor, and he thinks he's Hank Williams. Hear him singing through the door. There's a girl in 202 who stops by to visit me, and she talks about her songs and the star that she should be. There's a lot of real fine talent staying in or passing through, and for one thing or another, they're committed to Park View. There's a girl in 207 coming down on Thorazine, and a superstar's ex-drummer trying to kick Benzedrine. There's a real fine country singer who has tried and tried and tried. They just brought him in this morning and attempted suicide. There are those who never made it, those who did and now are through. Some came of their own good choosing, some committed to Park View. There's a girl who cries above me, loud enough to wake the dead. They don't know what she has taken that has scrambled up her head. There's a boy just down below me who's the son of some well-known. He was brought in by his mother 'cause his daddy's always gone. There's a bum from down on Broadway and a few quite well-to-dos who have withdrawn from the rat race and committed to Park View. They wake me about 6:30, just before the morning meal. Well, they're taking my blood pressure. They ask me how I feel, and I always say fantastic. Why, there ain't nothing wrong with me. Then they give me my injection, and I go right back to sleep. And my days are kind of foggy, and my nights are dreamy too. Oh, they're taking good care of me while committed to Parkview. This room is like a tomb, quiet and still. I can almost hear my heart breaking, but it won't, 'cause there's a chance I might see you tomorrow. Oh, the agony of waiting. You told me that someday you'd be mine, baby. But I wonder if you know the agony of waiting all alone. But I love you, you know that. Or I couldn't stand the pain and the agony of waiting in vain. Here I am, all alone again tonight, waiting for the dawn to start breaking, and my eyes won't stay closed. They wanna see you, and oh, the agony of waiting. You told me that someday you'd be mine, baby. But I wonder if you know the agony of waiting all alone. But I love you, and you know that. Or I couldn't stand the pain and the agony of waiting in vain, and the agony of waiting in vain. Now here's Buck and the boys. Everybody Just keep hanging on when love is gone. Like the love for you I knew could never be. I'll bet you'll never find another fool like me. You know you'll never find another a fool like me. The ceremony's beginning for the late love of mine, but there's no one attending but me and the memories she left behind. I watched as her love for me died a little at a time. She tried in every way she could. The late love of mine. How could I expect a good woman to love a slave to the wine? I knew that someday I'd lose her. The late love of mine. The strong drink is made for the weak ones that won't stand by love that they find. And I'm trying to bury the memories of the late love of mine. How could I expect a good woman to love a slave to the wine? I knew that someday I'd lose her. The late love of mine. The late love of mine. My baby's got a talent she don't like to talk about. It's sent her daddy to the pen, and he still ain't got out. It runs in the family like some kind of burning fire. Her kid could get a free ride, it don't matter where they are. She hot-wired my hot plate, hot-wired my coffee pot, and I do believe she's hot-wired dang near everything I got. She climbed up on a ladder, hot-wired my ceiling fan. When she come back down to earth, she hot-wired the man. like a rock and roll star. Can't wait to plug it in. Can't wait to turn it on. Get the whole darn house to rockin' like the doggone Rolling Stones. When the blue lights started flashing, I said, girl, you're gone too far. When the police wasn't looking, she hot-wired the police car. Her daddy's doing 8 to 10, but he left his tools behind. Now every night his daughter likes to hot-wire my mind. Hot-wire, hot-wire, hot-wire. I've been hot-wired, 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 hot-wired. I've been hot-wired. To a man and wife, 3 sons were born. On the same day, a bright Sunday morn. 3 boys with exactly the same chance in life. Their daddy was a wealthy man. They'd known no hunger or strife. Their names were Carol, Gerald, and Harold E. The years passed quickly, it seemed, for the 3. Carol studied law with a bachelor's degree. He'd read law books till way in the night. To be the world's greatest lawyer was his goal in life. Gerald studied numbers. He was like a machine. Adding, subtracting, multiplying. Accounting was his dream. The books were untouched by the last of the 3. Just God's Holy Bible with interest Harold E. But he'd read it and recite it in the study for days, without eating or sleeping, learning of God's ways. The rest of the family would go to town, but Harold E. would stay home and through the woods and the fields. He'd walk around. They couldn't even get him to go to the barber shop. Several months passed, and his folks told him his foolishness to stop. That his hair was a disgrace, not to mention the beard that grew long on his face. And at last, they decided that Harold E. must leave home. Unlike Carol and Gerald, he had no business of his own. And his reputation was hurting the family name. The weird boy with the beard, sandals, and the bangs. 6 years passed. No one knew where he went. Then the county was told that a revival was coming in the world's biggest tent. Why, it seemed the whole county was there opening night. Not one empty seat. When the missionary walked to the pulpit, the crowd rose to their feet. Everyone stared in shock and disbelief. Whispers went through the crowd. I believe that's Harold E. The missionary held a closed Bible in his hand, spoke with a voice soft and kind, and recited the book of Genesis, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and Revelations, line at a time. Why, it lasted for hours, but not one left their seat. God's power had been given and delivered by Brother Harold E. In the 4th row from the front sat his mother and dad and his 2 brothers and their wives. He looked at him and smiled and said, God bless you for coming tonight. Let us pray. God, thank you for the books that give knowledge to men of science fiction, figures and laws of the land. But most of all, thank you for the book of life eternally, your holy Bible, that you taught every word to herald E. Amen. Satan's got a river deep and wide. Yes, Satan's got a river, and it's so deep and wide. He's got folks a swimming in the warm, smooth tide. But someday Satan's river is gonna run dry. What was once a smooth river, hot lava will make the tide. Stay clear of Satan's river, heaven's on either side. Satan's got a river deep and wide. Yes, Satan's got a river, and it's so deep and wide. He's got folks a swimming in the warm, smooth tide. Big yachts are sailing, Satan's river so smooth, never stopping or thinking about God's golden rule. When the river starts sinking, they'll climb in the pool. 'Cause Satan's got a river, it's so deep and wide. Yes, Satan's got a river, and it's so deep and wide. He's got folks a swimming in the warm, smooth tide. Satan's got a river deep and wide. Yes, Satan's got a river, and it's so deep and wide. He's got folks a swimming in the warm, smooth tide.
Hey, Porter, did you ever see Hank Williams in person?
I've seen him one time at the Opry, and one time in Des Moines Highway. That was the only 2 times I ever seen him in my life.
Were you on the Opry at the time, or were you just a
No,
spectator?
I just come here, and he just happened to be on that night. It was his first time on the Opry, I believe, as a guest on there.
You remember what he sang by any
Oh,
chance?
Lord, yeah, the Lovesick Blues.
Did he wear it out?
4 times, I think he sung it. 4 or 5 times.
I love his words.
Oh, I did too. You know, he just, he wrote things, and it's so simple, his words was, the way he put them together and things. They just, an old country boy writing, you know, and I really love that.
Well, part of his whole picture that I liked a lot was that Luke the Drifter stuff.
Oh, it's good,
And
man.
that's something I identified with you on when I used to watch the old Porter Wagoner show, is your recitations. One of the first ones I ever saw you do was Men with Broken Hearts, I believe.
Oh, that's one of my very favorites.
Remember the words of that?
I don't know all the words to it. I don't remember them all, but I recorded that because I love the song.
You remember any portion of it?
Oh yeah, you've never walked in that man's shoes, saw things through his eyes, or stood and watched with helpless hands while the heart inside you dies. Some lose faith in love and life when sorrow shoots her darts, and with hope all gone, they walk alone, these men with broken hearts. You have no right to be the judge, to criticize and condemn. Just think, but for the grace of God, it'd be you instead of him. One careless step, a thoughtless deed, and then the misery starts. And to those who weep, death comes cheap. These men with broken hearts. Now you've never walked in that man's shoes, or saw things through his eyes, and stood and watched with helpless hands while the heart inside you dies. Some were paupers, and some were kings. Some were masters of the arts. But in their shame, they're all the same. These men with broken hearts.
Well, all right, sir. One of the songs that I've always been fond of, too. Actually, you recorded it as well. I loved your record, The Soul of a Convict.
Yeah.
And I heard the Lonesome Whistle Blow.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you $5.
That was,
I'll give you $5 to sing it for me.
I'll sure say.
Maybe 10.
Well, I'll do it for you for nothing.
All right.
And, I was riding number 9, heading south from Caroline. I heard that long wow, wow, some whistle blow. I got in trouble, had to roam, left my gal and left my home. I heard that long wow, wow, some whistle blow. Just a kid acting smart, I went and broke my darling's heart. I guess I was too young to know. They took me off the Georgia main, locked me to a ball and chain. I heard that long wow, wow, some whistle blow. All alone, I bear the shame. Lord, I'm a number, not a name. I heard that long wow, wow, some whistle blow. All I do is sit and cry when that evening train goes by. I heard that long wow, wow, some whistle blow. I'll be locked here in this cell till my body's just a shell and my hair turns whiter than snow. I'll never see that gal of mine. Lord, I'm in Georgia doing time. I heard that long wow, wow, some whistle blow.